You know, beginning always good. But well, I can't read it otherwise. I'm familiar with it. I got faith was.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Way Offsides, our weekend wrap up. Chris, you're live. Say hi to the people.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I was distracted.
Chris got some sun. And backstage, we've got Jeff and Bill. Once Bill gets situated,
We're going to leave them backstage
forever.
Yep.
Just like, screw you guys, I'm out.
Forever.
And we got some stuff to talk about tonight.
We do.
A certain Twitter post.
Whose Twitter post is that?
This guy. Me, I'm the guy. All right. I'm going to go ahead and bring Jeff. Well, we'll wait a couple more minutes because
I feel like a
Bill's not at his desk. Thank you to everybody joining. There's already 100 people watching right now. There they are. Let's bring everybody in here. The whole gang's here tonight. All of us. I'll add you guys in. Hey, fellas. Happy Sunday.
Hey.
Just starting July off right, man.
He's got some ganja shots.
Let's go.
God, what the hell is a ganja shot?
I don't know. That shot glass looks like it came off of a Jamaican cruise line.
That's what I'm.
Bill would know. What happened?
Pedialyte. Because my boy got dehydrated.
It's like quart number 6.
Did you stand next to the sun yesterday?
Yeah,
I was standing on it.
Yeah.
Somebody was on a boat yesterday.
At least you were. Hey, we're on a boat, yo. I hope you
Why?
wore eye protection.
I did. You can't tell?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure you don't have sun poisoning?
Yeah, I got some bumps.
Alcohol poisoning, maybe?
No, just
He's severely dehydrated. You can guarantee that.
Bless you, man. He's drinking Pedialyte like a toddler with a freaking fever. God bless him, man.
And diarrhea.
Well, this is Pedialyte Sport.
Oh, excuse me. That's grown-up Pedialyte.
That's for those fast toddlers.
Grown-up Pedialyte.
I prefer the Pedialyte.
I see Jeff
Probably
over
looks good
here.
on the way out, huh?
Yeah, Jeff over here commenting. I wonder if Chris wore sunglasses yesterday.
Big old raccoon eyes, man.
Screw you guys. I'm out.
No, you have to stay. You're a co-owner of the show. That's the rules.
That's right.
Whatever.
Hey, thank you to everybody watching. Do us a favor. You know the drill. Like, share, tweet, retweet, subscribe. Do all the things, man. I'm gonna put the graphic up, but you guys have seen it. But it's coming again. Do all the things. Like us. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Way Offsides. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss a show. You know whenever we go live.
You won't be disappointed.
You won't, I promise. And then retweet.
Never.
So I know we ended the promotion for the free Georgia Alabama ticket, but for the next 3 shows, we're going to do the 1.5K live viewer promotion. So if we can hit that mark live, somebody from the comment section will win a free ticket to the Alabama Georgia game. Zach's in here. Zach.
So we bailed on the 1K. You did
No,
Michael Scott?
no. That one was scratched. There was a finite amount of time. So we're shooting for 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Zach is so loyal. We
Thanks, Zach.
we need to take care of Zach.
Green hair?
Yeah, we're going to take care of that. Yeah, we're going to get Zach.
Yeah, I see that. I noticed that, Jeff.
Look, I didn't have to do a lot of legwork today. Thank goodness. I actually got to enjoy my Sunday. Zach was left and right, man. So kudos to Zach. Big fan and part of my family. So.
My pool was very dirty after the thunderstorm today. That's why my hair was green.
What happened? I have no idea what's going on. What are we talking about?
My hair was green earlier. Jeff corrected
Bill
me.
had green looking hair a minute ago, but he adjusted his setting and
Yeah.
Oh, he fixed it himself?
yeah,
Wow.
believe it or not,
You did so good. You answered all the questions.
claws track.
Oh,
Okay, now poo-poo yourself.
yeah,
I
do
did.
that. Do that next. So,
I'm
really want to be
sitting
part
in
of
a,
way
I'm
off.
sitting in a bag of crap right now.
How bad do you want to be part of way off sides?
Enough to poop in my pants.
You shart yourself on camera.
Oh,
I did.
talked about this, Bill. You said you're going to try to do better.
Yeah,
I didn't say I could remember what we talked about.
Anyway, we got to talk some football. Yeah, that's what people are here.
Kickoff.
Huh? What'd you say?
Saturdays. Is it 8 Saturdays?
8 Saturdays away.
8.
I
8
believe you're
Saturdays
right.
away. And if that, that's okay.
That makes it 61 days and 17 hours until kickoff.
Bill has a countdown on his cell phone.
Right there.
That's impressive.
I have a little,
I count,
little bit of a problem.
to deer season, turkey season, and Bama season.
Yeah, that's good, Bill. That's you're a diehard Gump. 100% certified Gump is William.
Certified.
Somebody's getting married. You better remind me the Monday before. I'm going to buy you a gift.
Well done, Rick. Yes, Rick in the house. First thing he hears is pooping my pants. See, you never know what
Yes,
you're going
there
to hear
you
way
go.
outside.
Oh, man, that's why we're valuable. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Who's that picture
Especially
in the profile? No way. That's Slick Rick. Bama
Rick,
Networks.
you haven't been here
Man,
enough to
ain't
know
no way.
that pooping in our pants has occurred multiple times on this show.
Yeah, we all do it. All of our followers do
Yeah,
it.
it's normal. I mean, that's what the big
Yeah.
kids do.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
what we're doing on camera 99% of the time. If somebody goes
Pooping-
quiet,
Pooping in your pants is the coolest.
Chris, at some point in the middle of the show, just stop talking mid-sentence and grunt
And just
and then carry on like nothing happened.
He does that every time. Oh, me.
Remember that
Oh.
group text where Michael was talking about the brand? We spent the first 10 minutes of the show talking about crap in our
We literally
man.
cried.
He chugs Pedialyte like it's water.
Hey, look, I'm not the one on social media telling other people to stop yelling in the comments of their life.
Look, I'm not that deaf.
He was
I
yelling.
can
It's
hear
like, Bill, I was just on a show with him, man. You can't do that.
I can hear that dude outside in Ozark.
Come on,
He
man.
does
Be nice.
yell.
Bill,
You gotta be nice, buddy.
Bill, look. You,
Tell-
sometimes you got to keep things to yourself, buddy.
Yeah, so you just can't.
I'm not saying he's a bad dude, but stop shouting.
Did you take your
No, he said
medication?
he
today?
sucked. He said
I
he was a
did.
terrible person. That's what that means.
I took my meds this morning twice.
Yeah.
And I would say I don't owe Greg McElroy an apology from the other night because I didn't say anything I'm taking back. I like Greg McElroy. Please don't get offended, Greg. You're not disliked. We just think you need to stop waffling. And so I'm not apologizing.
One thing
I'm
to say to you,
clarifying.
Greg. And it's look
One
over
thing.
there.
Take my
Let me
hand.
get him with my strong hand.
Anyways, actually, we are going to talk some football. And for those of you loyal fans watching, you probably noticed that I posted something yesterday, and I clearly labeled it as a rumor,
It's not a rumor, though.
but I don't think it's a rumor. But anyway, it came from a source who has ends at Auburn University, specifically in the athletic department, very close to the football program. The same person is the person that told us about the Harsin mess before it went public. So there's credibility there, but I wanted to verify it via other sources. So that hasn't happened yet. So it's still quote unquote a rumor. But the rumor is that people at Auburn are not happy with Hugh Freeze because Hugh has burned through the football program's NIL collective fund. And then somehow, I don't know how he did this, but he diverted $1 million
Hookers and
from
cocaine.
baseball and put it into the football fund.
Is Nevin
Auburn
Shapiro
fans-
out of jail now?
Auburn fans, of course, think I'm trolling. They think it's like me trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. It's a serious post. of something that
Just
we were
funny.
told in confidentiality. Well, not confidentiality because they told us to tweet it, but by a pretty credible source that happened. Now, here's the thing with this news. Although we're trying to verify it, if the gamble were to work out for Hugh Freeze, you probably won't hear anything about it because let's say Auburn lands a Juju Lewis with that $1 million, who's apparently his NIL request is right around $1 million. If they land that
for somebody that's never done anything.
well, he just posted on Twitter that I beat 45 D1 athletes with scholarship offers this past season. That's good, man. But the point being is I didn't just make this
beat
up.
them in one game.
Huh?
Did he beat them in one game? That's the difference. You can beat those athletes over 10 games, but when you got to go against 25 D1 games in one game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, but a lot of people, like I said, think that I just made that up, and it's not made up. I'm not trying to troll Auburn fans.
You got the money. Juju going to Auburn.
I think we're getting there.
Look, he's from Carrollton, Georgia. He wants to stay close to home.
That's not the last good player they'll get.
At this point, it's about the money.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
I agree. And if Auburn had Oregon money, I'd get upset. They don't have Oregon money. They're going to shoot their shot on one or two guys because they don't have Oregon money.
They're going to shoot their
What
work.
if they did? Or they never helped Oregon any. All that money helped Oregon.
Lose to Auburn.
Comes down to it, you got to put the helmet on and block the guy in front of you. And when you've been in Oregon and you try to block a SEC defensive lineman, it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, we've seen how that's played out
multiple times
in the playoffs. But look, I'm starting to kind of feel, and I've been hinting at this for weeks with little cryptic tweets, and those of you who are paying attention have probably seen it. Sorry, I was reading a comment.
I just get not for you. Somebody watching just sent me a text about Juju.
Oh yeah, well tell
them. They said that if Hugh doesn't land Juju, he's done.
Okay, we'll see.
Really? So his fate is tied to
what's he going to do?
Kid in high school?
What's he going to do?
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, he just because a guy's a 5-star,
if he
has a high NIL value, doesn't mean he's not going to be a bust.
No, but if Hugh doesn't make the playoffs and doesn't beat Bama this year, I think he's out.
Now that's one thing, but you didn't sign this rising senior, you're fired.
Yeah,
not even Auburn. What has he done? He
almost beat Georgia and Alabama last year. But
while Bama's out
and lost in
these commits, Hugh's on vacation.
Yes,
and then didn't he make a comment that said, "I can't coach football and recruit at the same time"?
That was right before the
there you go.
The Saltine Cracker Bowl or something. He said something like that.
Look,
he said he couldn't spend all his time prepared for the game because he was recruiting.
Yeah,
or vice versa.
You have a staff for that. Here's the thing, though. I think that we're starting to see is, I think Auburn's chances of landing Julian Lewis is a lot better than we probably think it is. Of course, Alabama fans are immediately going to default to no, there's no way they're getting him. Because we don't, if we're being honest with ourselves, we don't want them to get him. But Auburn is going to throw some of that Yellowwood money at him, and we'll see if it sticks. I will say, just with Juju pulling down the USC crystal ball pin off his social medias today, it looks like it might be between Auburn and Colorado. But who knows, man? I mean, listen, if we've learned anything in the past 48, 72 hours, it's that all it takes is one bag and a recruit can flip at the last minute. We saw that with Josiah Sharma. You've seen that with a few guys with Oregon over the weekend. There is a Bama commit that is or a potential Bama commit that is, announcing his commitment on the 3rd. Justin Hill, Zach says here, you know, some people have it between Ohio State and Alabama. Don't count out Oregon. Don't count out Oregon to come quacking in at the last minute and slinging that Nike money at him. You know, in that flashy metallic uniform. And I mean, it's possible. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Juju Lewis to USC is not a done deal. I will say that it makes more sense, you know, if he wants to be developed as a quarterback to go play at USC under Lincoln Riley. You can say what you want to about the man in terms of being a head football coach, but he is a good quarterback coach. He's produced 3 Heisman Trophy winners in the last 5 years.
Yep.
If that's Juju's goal, then that's definitely where it is. And so, you know, if Hugh Freeze did pull $1 million from the baseball funds to land Juju Smith, they don't make that happen. And then he goes and loses to Georgia and Alabama and doesn't make a playoff this year. Yeah, he's going to be in the hot seat. That's the culture at Auburn. The boosters, there's too many people with their finger in the honey pot that have a say.
He's not beating Alabama this year in Bryant, didn't he?
No, he's not. He ain't beating Georgia. Are they playing Georgia?
He may get us next year in Jordan Hare, but he's not beating us in Bryant.
It's at Georgia, at Alabama. Their rotation is for those 2 games. It's smart on the road for both 2, at home for 2, but it's brutal. You can guarantee you this: if Hugh took $1 million from baseball and moved it to football, he had permission.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was trying to get some clarity on is how did he have access to baseball money?
Because
you know, somebody
Yellowwood said, "I ain't giving you $1 million for the baseball team, bro."
Well, Yellowwood said, "How much do bats actually cost?"
I mean, they're expensive.
I'll just make them myself. They ain't yellow. You don't want them.
That's right. I got all the bats you can handle.
They use aluminum bats in college, so
yeah, but he can make ash or treated pine. Who's on the hotter seat this year? You mentioned who Justin Hill's interested in. Whose seat is hotter, Dion or Hugh? Because Dion might be
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, the expectations at Auburn, for whatever reason, are much higher than they are at Colorado.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Being honest with ourselves, very similar programs, but
Hugh Freeze has been here before. This is what Dion's second year to Power 5.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I mean Dion can win 4 games again, but I mean he's not. You know, if he craps the bed like he did last season, I mean the narrative may change out of his favor. The thing is Dion's likable, and so you know, and Colorado, who's going to replace Deion Sanders at Colorado realistically and be able to carry that same momentum? Auburn's a better job. We've talked about Dion in the past, and before we hooked up with Jeff, 3 of the 4 of us talked about how Dion is setting himself up for great success, and we were thinking future coach at Alabama. We didn't know Nick was going. We didn't know Nick was going to retire at the end of 23. Right.
And I still like Dion, but I'm not sure he has learned how to play D1 ball as far as recruiting goes. He knows how to get players. He knows what to do with players.
He's never done it before.
Yeah.
But the last I heard was he has not done an official home visit with a single player since he's been there.
I don't know how that's true. But
I want it's not true.
He doesn't have to. He got Lil Wayne and Jay-Z coming to the games.
That's true.
So he don't have to go sit in the living room.
Rick Ross.
Man, if I go here, I can. You never know who's going to walk in the locker room.
I want to clarify something on the podcast. When I said that I thought Deion Sanders could have success at Alabama, I don't think that Deion Sanders is the guy per X's and O's. I don't. I think he would have to have a very good coordinating staff around him. What I think Deion Sanders is good at is the culture, is evolving the culture at a program. But we're seeing that happen anyway in Tuscaloosa without him. Alabama's culture right now is in flux in a good way, in a very good way. It's moving to a very positive. I don't know if you guys saw the interview with Jalen Milroe a couple of days ago, but he he was asked when he felt like things actually changed. And I don't know if you caught it, but first and foremost, he goes, well, the first time we were in practice and I threw and then he goes, I threw a really good touchdown pass. He's about to say when I threw an interception, but he fixed it. But anyway, he's like, I looked straight over to the sideline for the next play. Everybody else was cheering, running downfield. And coach comes up to me. He's like, I want you to celebrate and this and that. Nick Saban was very business oriented, but you're just seeing this shift in it's still the business side's there, but they do have the party in the back, so to speak. And so that's what Deion would have brought to Tuscaloosa. I don't think it'd be a good X's and O's coach.
Right. And I still think when he won 4 or 5 games, I think he had a good first year at Colorado because they had a brutal schedule. And I'll go publicly and say, I've said this for a year and a half now. If Deion can win 10 games, and now that the Big 12 is a weird, different conference, he can. Deion can get in the playoff within 3 years before his third year. And he's just in his second.
Reasonable. Yes, I was going to tell you to highlight this comment. This is
Go ahead, Jeff.
Down. No, I was going to tell you to highlight this because that's hilarious. She said it best. Yeah. She's going to 3 mids. 3 teams that aren't going to win a championship in the next 2 years.
That's right.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, anyway, I've been wrong before, but I mean, she nailed it.
And she's right. 3 teams not just not win the championship, might not even get near sniffing it. They might be at the Outback Bowl.
Now, Colorado, I can understand because you're going to get marketability because you're going to be on the big noon game quite a bit because of Deion. USC, those games are always on so late, but you're living in LA. So, but why would you go to, but if you go any of those 3, you're not going to be, I don't think you're going to be in a contention.
Not consistently, at least. Here's the thing that kind of grind, we use this term from Family Guy, grinds in my gears a little bit about Colorado. Did we not learn anything about the offseason hype train last year? Like the media is shoving that same narrative down our throat again about Colorado. Yeah. And when they go out and beat North Dakota State by 30, 40 points, everybody's going to lose their stock
in that TCU win.
Yeah. And they're going to, everybody forgot TCU had no business being in the championship game the year before.
Right.
Because they lost half their team and they're like, hey, Colorado knocked off the runner-up champs. Like,
well, I will say this for TCU. They did better against Georgia than Florida State.
That's fair.
By a couple of points.
That has nothing to do with the team last year, though. That was 2 years
ago.
No,
absolutely not. Absolutely
not. So that's why, they kept hyping Colorado because they beat TCU. They kept garnering TCU more than they should have. Like, this team wasn't that good. TCU wound up, 5-7?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
No, whatever the record was, which was better than Colorado's in the end. But
it's really frustrating that we're doing. History is repeating itself like it did last summer, especially as we got closer to the season. Everybody's really, really high on Colorado. And I'm not saying they're not going to be a better team than they were last year. They are. I think they will. They're not going to win 4 games. But are they going to be competitive in a national championship game against a Georgia, an Ohio State, and Alabama?
No. I don't think so yet. Shador is going to put up numbers. Travis Hunter's going to put up numbers. They're both going to get drafted in the top 10. They're both going to be top 10 picks.
Good point, Eric.
I think I think UCF versus Colorado is about what you would normally see as far as equal opponents, and they're in the same conference this year, by the way. The difference is, head coach strengths. Would you Gus versus Deion? I'd lean toward Deion because we know Gus is going to pull a Les Miles and do something stupid 2 or 3 times a week.
Well, Deion has pulled some stupid things too.
Yeah, but Gus lives in that land. Deion visits it.
Well, Deion struggled with Colorado State last year.
Everybody made such a big deal out of them beating Colorado State, and I'm like, it was Colorado State.
That was a struggle win. They survived.
It's so frustrating, man. The media, dude, They have
Yeah.
too much control over reaction.
Look, the media wants us to love Colorado and the WNBA. So don't pay attention to the media because they're not lovable.
Bill has
That's why I
a-
hate preseason polls. That's why I cannot stand preseason
they're
polls.
dumb,
It's
man.
so
Let-
ridiculously
no,
stupid.
Yeah, we don't
The
need
only
that.
preseason poll that matters is ours.
That's right.
there.
That's it.
Yeah, you're gonna want ours.
I mean,
ours is
all-
coming in a couple weeks.
All these GD polls and preseason All-American lists and all this crap.
He's an
Like, you
angry
guys ain't
Bill.
seen him play yet.
Hey, is that new custom Sprite can?
It's mighty green.
It's got the invisibility cloak on it.
I'm trying so hard to
Oh,
keep the
Bill
brand
just
hidden.
completely left. Hey, while we're waiting on Bill to get back, everybody here, we got 226 live viewers. How about
Thank you.
giving a like and a share and tell
226.
everyone you know?
Let's get everybody a round of applause first.
Give it to us.
You want to hear that? Did I
No,
do
that
it
was
right?
terribly weak on the sound there.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Well,
you're a
Thank you.
horrible sound. Oh, look, Bill's back, kinda.
Sort of.
It's Bill's ghost.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the mouse. I'm sorry.
Apparently not.
I thought his internet dropped. He actually clicked out. That's great.
I actually clicked the wrong
Bill.
square.
Bill,
Showing his age.
how about this? Don't touch the mouse. There's no reason for you to touch it.
Okay, but when y'all send messages, I have to touch the mouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry about what we send.
I've got you on the expanded screen. Listen, I'll take credit for one smart computer data move in my life. Here's story time if you want to pull the graphic. But
They got the lead.
when I was in college, we have this final senior year paper due. There it is, and everybody goes to the computer lab to print their paper. And
Great story, Bill. Okay, now moving on.
actually, now hold on a minute, a-hole.
Oh, go ahead, Bill. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
So I had somebody in my lifetime told me at the end of every page you type, hit save. So I did that. So I page 1, save, 2, 3, on and on and on. It's like a 30-page paper. It's taken forever. And in the middle of working on that paper, a thunderstorm hits town, and the lights flickered, and I hit save. And so I had saved up to that point. A guy across the room from me was in the middle of printing his paper, and he never saved it. And he got about 10 pages that got printed, and the rest on that dot matrix printer, it was just like, a horizontal line, a vertical, diagonal line, because it was skipping and doing this stuff. And this guy, I remember going, oh man, I'm glad I hit save because I still got my notes in front of me. We'll see what happens. I ejected my disk, et cetera, et cetera. And this guy, poor guy, I look across the room and he is about to cry. I said, hey man, what's up? He said, I was printing my paper. I said, well, you saved it, didn't you? No, man, I didn't save it. It's like, oh. And so I just went back and sat down. I didn't say anything. And that is my claim to fame for doing something right technically.
Bill, thank you for
And
that.
that was 30 years ago.
Thank you for ruining the show
Yeah,
and possibly the evening.
But roll damn tide.
Appreciate it. Anyway, we're talking about we're kind of talking about expectations. We kind of got off topic a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I'm talking about Colorado, Auburn. There's 235 of you in here. We really want to try to get up to around 500 tonight. Hello, everyone.
Thank you, 235, for joining us.
Yes.
Go tell your
what we're-
friends. Retweet it, share it. Go tell everybody.
Yeah,
Tell them to
just-
come hang out with us.
Each one of you, yes, like copy the link and text it to everybody in your phone right now. Don't say anything. Just send it to them. And
And they go, what the hell is this? Say,
yeah,
click and
once the
find out.
number starts going up, we'll know what happened, and we'll just start talking about the most off the wall thing we can think of.
Yeah,
Chris, trust me, Chris has got this. So
I've got it.
I can see his
I've got-
little wheels.
I've
turning.
got stories.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
no. Story time with Chris might be
Story time with Chris.
I don't have a graphic.
Those are after dark stories. You need to
And there I was, tied to the bed, smothered in honey and feathers.
at a truck stop in Milwaukee.
let
I've never,
There was a big bowl of gravy on the nightstand.
Sausage gravy.
We call that love gravy.
Baby gravy.
Oh no. Oh no. Lord, please help us.
Hey, that works, man. There's 250 in here now.
He had to bail.
Oh dear Lord.
Anyway, we're talking about this is the show, guys. This is what we do. We talk about football and then we just talk about ridiculous stuff. So we hope there's some value in that. There's 250 of you watching, so I don't.
Chris, are your eyes crooked right now for some reason?
Roll Tide.
I was
Slightly
just thinking about letting the boy watch.
anyway.
Oh golly.
So speaking of Hugh Freeze, let's go full circle here. What do you guys think about the post? I mean, do you think that I posted it prematurely? Was it a premature tweetolation, or are we good?
I don't think so.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't
I
think
agree.
you're posting anything just because you're bored and want to make up a lie and throw it out there. And I mean,
Yeah.
if we're trying to be
yeah.
credible
Look, you didn't go out
source of stuff, if a
Yeah.
rumor's heard and you got a source,
Yeah, you didn't go out there with
every right knows.
with some fake story that Brian Harsin was messing around with a staffer. You didn't do that.
No,
Auburn
Auburn
boosters
did that to themselves. They
Yeah,
put that
they
out
did
there by their own
themselves.
coach.
That was
They should be
in-house.
ashamed.
They did that.
Yeah, you didn't do that. You went with something it's still a rumor, but it's from somebody with a reputation,
Purplish.
a good reputation. And
Oh,
I would just say, I said this the other night. Hugh has a better chance to be in the playoffs if he had stayed at Liberty than going to the Plains, because the backbiters
Lisa, you're right.
thank you, Lisa.
they're gonna wreck him. They're not gonna let him win.
100% certified Gump right there, Lisa. We appreciate you.
That's right, Lisa. You're right. Thank you. So no, you didn't go off the rails. I worried, and then I remembered Cotton ain't that kind of guy. He don't go off the rails.
I also figured, like, if I post it and it catches some steam, which it did, somebody with more access than I have may be able to pick it up and do some investigating. And I did talk to the guy again today, and he kind of doubled down on it. Didn't really give me anything new, but with the Juju Lewis situation, and how much he's asking for NIL, it's just interesting. And how bad Auburn wants Juju Lewis, really how bad they kind of need Juju Lewis there. It's just interesting. So we'll see. It may develop, it may not.
Who's the guy that was suing Florida? Is it the quarterback
Rashada?
in Tennessee?
No, he's at
Rashada.
Georgia now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not Ionata, not
He's
a Gator.
he's the backup quarterback at Georgia now.
Yeah, so that guy's that's a different type of story altogether. Yeah, the whole Juju wants more money. Well, they got to go find more money. Somebody's saying move money here to there, and that's fine. And if that comes out to be the case, there's going to be a coup in the athletic department.
We'll see. Men's baseball is one of the big three, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Men's
and
baseball,
it's
football, and men's basketball.
and they have a history over there that similar to Mississippi State with baseball. They protect baseball. There's some hitters over there that are going to be, if this has legs to it, they're going to be why are you taking our money? We're going to kick your ass, that kind of thing.
Chris, I'm
And,
about to put that up on the screen, bro. We're putting that up on the
We gonna kick your ass.
Let the ball watch.
Anyway, you know what everybody's here for. You know what
not for us.
They're
That's my
here.
angry redneck with money voice.
Everybody's oh my god. I can't keep up with what's happening. Everybody's here to see if we have an official whoop tonight.
Is that what they're
We
here
have a
for?
whoop tonight.
We
That
weren't
is-
planning it, but we got something.
We
Oh,
have some
there's some smoke.
there is some smoke.
Coming out of the chimney.
Yep.
Yes, Zach. We're asking for. That's a good question. Probably around the same as
Mill
Juju
five.
Lewis. Yeah, somewhere in there. I'm not really sure what the relationship issue is with Alabama, with that being the fact that they're from Birmingham. It is interesting.
Yeah.
But what's even more interesting is that they're not considering Auburn either. So it may just be with the entire state.
They just want to get out of the state.
They just want to get out of the state.
Maybe he does. I mean, sometimes they just want to go, grow up somewhere, and they just want to get out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Isn't that why what's his name didn't want to be our OC?
Grubb.
Grubbs.
Why?
Yeah, Ryan
Nobody
Grubb.
wants to be in Tuscaloosa.
Apparently, that's why
It's beautiful.
Rich Rodriguez's wife didn't want to come to Tuscaloosa.
Well, look,
She wound up in Jackson, Alabama.
Jacksonville.
Or Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. I mean,
That's my
I'd rather
county.
be in
Baby. Calhoun
Jacksonville.
County represent 256.
I'd rather be in Jack State.
Than
Then
Tuscaloosa?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, then Auburn any day, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Tuscaloosa, more than Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
I've lived in
That's
Calhoun
interesting.
County and I've lived in Tuscaloosa.
Zachary, that Grubb didn't like to recruit.
Yeah, that makes
Not gonna
sense.
work here.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
don't
somebody
like
else that didn't like to recruit. Harson.
if he doesn't like to recruit, he needs to be out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier even said it.
He didn't
Steve
like you.
Spurrier said it 20 years ago. He got burned out recruiting, and college football lives on recruiting. You've got to freaking recruit.
Yeah, he sure did. That's a really good point. Yeah. Smart. Kirby pretty much kind of was like, "Hey, do it." That whole situation's messed up, man. But
Do it.
I'm hoping that
Do it.
Yeah,
some guide rails will come out of college football because of that. Once
It's
it goes,
gonna
because we're
have to.
gonna. Well, we're gonna get a commissioner.
this is true, and I'll tell you
Yes.
what. I've been to
Been saying
Columbus.
that for a year.
I've been to Columbus, Ohio, and it is a terrible campus. Tuscaloosa, the campus, is a much more beautiful place. than,
Absolutely.
OSU's. Columbus is not anything to write home about.
Man, it's in Ohio. It's cold all the time.
Yeah, they get a bunch of snow. I want to show you guys something.
And their
Um,
nearest beach is 12 hours away.
Pass.
This sucks.
Chris needs to be as far away from the sun as possible right now.
Chris, you're blending in with your flag backdrop.
I know.
Dude, somebody said that in the comments earlier.
I
They're
know.
like,
I think it was Zachary.
It was
I think it was Zachary.
Chris literally a Star Killer base.
I'm going to
Just
order
drew all
some
the power from the sun.
I'm
Oh,
ordering some Coke Zero.
I've got it. Don't worry about that. It's just, hey, at least I got some good fish out of it.
It just looks like it hurts, man.
No, it's
Dude, don't stop.
Stop.
It's good.
I just sent you a gallon of aloe vera.
Thank you, Bill.
I want to show you guys something.
You got my whole Peyton Manning forehead.
Compared to that,
The Manning forehead. Oh, I thought that the flag behind you was Manning's forehead.
Look, guys, look what I did.
I've
What'd
got
you
a
do?
6 head.
Got the hair.
Oh, you cut your hair.
Yeah,
Look at that.
sorry,
Did you use the
Now,
Flowbee?
now you don't
It's
look
got
as you whatever.
I just got to
You
Use the-
used the suck and cut.
It sucks.
Sucks as it cuts.
Yep.
It certainly does suck.
stop.
Yes,
You guys
it
don't
does, Garth.
You guys don't know what you're doing right now. Stop it.
Yes, Garth.
Look, I don't think we have an official whoop tonight because Oregon's throwing bags at everybody right now, so we're kind of being a little careful. But we do have some recruiting updates and some predictions that we've already talked about, but we have some things that could happen that we want to talk about. Some of you have already hinted at it in the comments. We're going to highlight those, so stick around. But I want to show you this first. Somebody just sent me this image, and guys, it's beautiful. Make sure you've got your tissues out. You're gonna need.
You're right,
What was
Jerome.
that
You're
being
gonna
put-
need
Jerome
tissue.
spot on in the comments.
You're gonna need. We're gonna get there in just a second. We're gonna need a tissue.
Slow down, Jeff.
I'm gonna leave this up for about 30 seconds, so you guys can take a screenshot. All I ask is that you. Chris, is this ours?
No, it's not. It's
Okay, never
public.
mind.
It's public record.
Yeah, steal the hell out of it. Yeah, guys. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, I love
Great.
that
Oh, that's
picture.
Yep.
Why does it feel like someone died?
Why is there a
we-
gator on the Alabama football
Wait, is
picture on the
there?
wall? Looks like a gator back there.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Because it's a trophy.
What?
I can't see that well.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
The sign says Alabama football on the right.
Yeah.
Is that an A? It looks like a gator.
I think it's the best.
Oh, yeah, it's AI, man. You know.
Oh, okay.
So you got to touch those things up.
Yeah.
In Canva,
There's
shout
Nico
out
Ryan's on his desk.
That's a beautiful picture. You know, when he retired, man, I actually kind of mourned a little bit. I think, like, it really felt like.
I think for like 2 weeks it just sucked.
Did it not? We were texting. We were like, man, why does it feel like someone died? Like, this is ridiculous.
It was 49 hours. It wasn't 2 weeks. It was
No,
49 hours.
I won't give you 2 weeks. I'll give you a couple of days. But when he hired DeBoer,
Oh,
it was like, okay, it's really
Yeah.
real.
when he hired DeBoer, I thought, okay, he just missed a deer and put a new one in the chamber.
What's going on, Jerome?
Yeah.
Let's we've got a question that I kind of want to, or a statement that I kind of want to hit on. It's imperative that Alabama lands Justin Hill over Ohio State because Ohio State's been stepping on Bama's neck since Nick Saban retired. We have to stop the bleeding. Ohio State and recruiting has been stepping on everybody's neck, and I know people don't want to hear me say that. In the Crimson Hat, but it's true. But they're also
What does that mean, though?
well, they're out recruiting everybody, but they're spending every penny that they've got on campus to do it. That's not sustainable long term. I don't think it is.
And the proof of that comes in a year or 2 years. It doesn't come in the
Yes.
recruiting season.
So they always have highly rated classes. The difference is they have Ryan Day taking them.
Right. Yeah. To Jeff's point earlier about Oregon,
There's
you still
no
got to
real
put on
threat.
pads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got the working excuse machine.
I mean, we have Kalen DeBoer, they don't. So
Yeah.
if we're anywhere in the top
Ryan-
5, we're going to be just fine
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we have Kalen DeBoer and they don't.
that's right.
true.
King DeBoer,
A big difference.
King Kalen.
It is a big difference. I mean, guys, listen. The recruiting rankings right now, and I understand everybody wants Alabama to finish number 1. They've got a shot at it. They really do. But 1 to 5, there's not much of a difference in those classes.
Thank you.
There's really not.
No.
Don't-
Anywhere
yeah,
in the
that's
top
why
5, we'll be just fine.
Yeah. That's why we keep telling you guys, if DeBoer finishes his first year at Alabama, he hasn't coached a game outside of a scrimmage in Tuscaloosa. And if he can finish with a top 5 class, in my mind, that is, if not the most, that's one of the most impressive recruiting feats I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I would absolutely agree with that. But if one, it's like that first Saban class in really 08. 07, he got off the plane, really signed Rolando McClain, and kind of held together that 07 class. But the 08 class, is what set the standard. And then everybody that followed wanted to be that great. And I think this first class of his, even the 24 class that he held together, and then he added 2, but this 25 class that he's, even if he doesn't get all these guys, he's getting in living rooms. They're taking visits. Look at how the visits look now under him, the recruit visits. I mean, it's an entire production. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff is all, I mean, that's the whole thing. Even just getting him in there is an accomplishment, and it's going to sell itself. The Debo's program at Alabama is going to sell itself, and people are going to want to play here.
Yeah,
Hey,
They already do.
I will say this: there are a couple of guys that aren't currently in the mix for Alabama that Bama's going to start pushing for very hard. I'm not going to say any names. We can't say those names yet, but you'll know when the whoops drop. You're going to be like, "Where'd that come from?"
Well, there's
but
going to
yeah,
be a Josh Jacobs out there.
Well,
There's going to be
I'm pretty
couple
sure that
guys.
there's a couple of defensive players that names haven't been mentioned at all, and there's going to be a push for them.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, of course.
Now, go ahead, Bill.
They're going to get some early senior year season film. Yeah. Yeah, make my eyes rain.
Agreed. This is dead on. Ryan Day's the most overrated coach I've ever seen.
I agree.
Butcher is just
This
can't
Zach
cash
is
it.
right. So we're going to see.
so close, but he.
Yeah.
Although Lanning
We're
hasn't
gonna
won jack squat either. He hadn't beaten Kalen DeBoer with all that
Yeah.
money and talent once. So
That's tough.
What about exactly? I think Kalen beat Dan Lanning 3 times.
yeah, I think he's 5-0 against Lanning and Sark with the
Yeah.
least talented roster anytime they played any of those games.
And the least moneyed roster. Because Washington ain't sitting on $1 billion of oil rigs.
Nope.
Yeah, I agree with that about Ryan Day.
You're passionate about it.
I think Ryan Day is he's Ron Zook wearing he's an Ohio version of Ron Zook. And I like Ron Zook a lot more than I like Ryan Day. But he's
A
a
lot of modern
coordinator.
Bama fans don't know who Ron.
Who do you like better, Ron Zook or Bill Curry?
Bill Curry. Bill Curry is a man among boys.
6-1, half dozen of the other.
You shut your dirty mouth.
Hey, what guys? There's
You shut your mouth with your legend talk.
kids. Don't make me pull this
Bill
part.
Curry.
Nick Saban is a
Don't make
legend.
me take my
That
belt
is a
off.
legend.
Look, I'm gonna grab a
You
slipper.
know, nobody wants you
and-
to take your pants off.
Well, we got a lull in the action. Please, there's 320 of you watching live right now. Please like, subscribe to our
320.
YouTube channel.
I love y'all.
Hit the notification bell, and please retweet. Leave a comment. Copy the link. Put it in Facebook groups. If there's a sports group you're a member of,
Yes.
slap us in there.
Or hell, put it in your Amazon group or whatever you
Put a link to our show in your work email signature.
put it everywhere.
Hell yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Seriously, we got to get. Look, I'm telling you, if we get 1.5, hold on,
Million.
numbers. Sorry,
Oh,
not in the garage. If we get 1.5 thousand people watching live,
I was
tonight,
there.
everybody in the comments is winning a ticket to Alabama, Georgia. That is not a lofty goal. It's not as hard to do as you think it is. Okay, maybe it is.
and if we get 500 views in one night, you get to watch Chris take care of his sunburn in person.
Yeah, we'll just leave the stream going. Chris is, you can doctor yourself up.
Ouch,
But guys,
ouch.
people are here to talk about recruiting. They want to hear recruiting. Recruiting's hot right now, and Alabama's about to move into July recruiting. Things are starting to get hot and heavy. Sorry.
Just like your garage.
Yeah, man,
Woo.
it's warm in here, baby. But we got some things we got to talk about.
He has a nickname for his garage. It's called Shawshank.
Oh,
It's hot out there.
Andy Dufresne.
Swim.
Look, listen. Let's talk about Justin Hill for a second. I know some people were asking about, we got to get him before Ohio State.
What position is
everybody-
he?
Justin Hill, he's a edge. He's
Edge.
an
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's kind of got it down between Alabama and Ohio State for him. I don't think those are the only players in the mix that have a legitimate shot. We've been talking about Dan Lanning in Oregon. I think you need to keep an eye on them playing into this at the last minute. They've been doing it for the last 2 or 3 days. They're jumping in at the last minute, swooping guys up. They are putting together a hell of a class. I think they just jumped from like 12 to 5 in the recruiting rankings.
Yeah.
So definitely want to keep an eye on that. I do think Bama's got a good shot, but we are not whooping Justin Hill to Alabama.
No. Now,
His mom
you
is a
gotta
huge
think-
fan of Bama.
you've
That's
got
not
to
always
think about a guy.
Ask Landon
Yeah.
Collins' mama.
Yeah, that's great about his mom.
LSU is still number one.
We doing them
So
more?
you got to think about what you said about Justin Hill. He's an edge rusher.
Yes.
What's his goal? His goal is to win championships,
From the edge.
money, go pro. Where he's got
Not in that order.
But he's got people around him saying, because he's a young man, but he's got people around him saying, where can we achieve this goal? Oregon's not known for edge rushers. Ohio State is a maybe. Bama, Texas, there's edge rushers Michigan's better known for edge rushers, honestly, than Ohio State.
I disagree with that, man. Who was the guy a couple of years ago? He's in the NFL now.
Well, they had those two brothers
Chase-
who were pretty
Michigan?
amazing
I can't
from
remember.
Ohio State. The
Chase Young?
brothers, one,
Chase Young, yeah.
Yeah.
They've had some really good edge rushers, man.
but that's not they've not been
And the Bosa twin and the Bosa brothers.
Yeah,
the Bosa
And
brothers.
The Bosa brothers.
But
Yeah.
that's not been their
I'll
signature.
name an edge rusher from Michigan. Not named Aiden Hutchinson.
I say that's the only one I know.
Jadeveon Clowney. Oh, I'm sorry. He crushed it from the edge
Bills
for one play.
One
Miles
play.
Garrett. Thank you. Yes. He's
So
on for one
I
play.
just think, I dislike Ohio State right next to Tennessee and Notre Dame.
Miles
by the
Garrett
way.
went to Texas A&M. What's he talking about? Ohio State.
Yeah, who said that?
Zachary did.
Chase Young, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett went to Texas A&M.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
So he's got people around him saying, "Look, your skills are best utilized somewhere here."
Almost went to Ohio State. But yeah.
South
you're
Carolina, Southern Cal, Oregon. That's not where you go if you're an edge rusher. Period.
Mm-mm. You go to the SEC, man.
right. Yeah, this is where the best edge rushers come out. Miles Garrett.
That's where the best tackles are, and you want to go up against the best tackles and the best linemen.
That's right.
Eric, I hope you're right. I don't have your confidence right now, but I don't think that Bama's out of the play. I think that if
No.
anybody can get it done, it's going to be Courtney Morgan. We just haven't really recruited well right now at D line, and that's okay because we have a good bit of talent still on the team at that position. It's not a position of need right now, so it's not they're not heavily focusing on it. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens down the road.
And
I'm
don't
curious.
forget this.
These edge
We're
guys
we're
in the
we're re- we're retooling.
we all do it. We all do it. Look, I just
We
agree
were-
with you blindly, so it's fine.
Zach's right. We're retooling how we think about defense. Now it's what we're going to a 3-3-5 or something.
It was a
3-3-6.
4-2. Wasn't it 4-2-6 or 4-2-5? I meant not 4-2-6.
But basically, or really, it's a 2-4-5 or something. 2-4-6. We're retooling those edge positions. Now they're not changing much, but we're not 3-4 anymore, and we're
Are
not
these-
4-3.
Are these edge positions in Womack's
4-2-5,
scheme,
yeah.
in this 4-2-6 scheme? Are
4-2-5.
they
Yes, they are.
4-2-5? I
Yes.
mean, are they hand in the dirt or are they stand up?
Well, they've got both. So here's what Womack's scheme does. That's really cool. Is you can switch from a 3-man front to a 4-man front to a 5-man front to a 2-man front and never change people on the field. So it's all with play. He didn't create it. He figured it out over watching everything that you can have the same 11 on the field, change the play call on the wristband, and it moves everybody, or you can have 4 deep, 5 deep, or 6 deep, and retool everybody up front, and they know their assignments. So it sounds real complicated, but it really becomes a little bit more simplified. So if let's say that the play is Wildcat, just call it Wildcat. And and Zach's right. We ran a lot of 4-2-5 in the past 3-4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Call it. Let's say the play call is Wildcat. It's a 3 down linemen, 4 traditional linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. And then they change it to say Buffalo, and then it becomes 2 defensive tackles with 4. It's really, you switch in with one call from traditional to nickel and to dime, and so you never. And the point is to defeat the play clock, because the offense is already doing that with their hurry up no huddle, and so that's what Womack's doing is we're going to keep the same 11 on the field as much as we can, and they've got to be able to put their hand in the dirt. They've got to be able to back up and play linebacker. They got to go spread and play wide. And so it's a smart thing. So it's going to see a little bit of a retool that's unique from the Weeds version. as the average viewer, we're going to say that looks cool.
That's great. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very thankful for that. Hold on. We need to get to some comments. Eric,
Some research.
Oh, I hope Eric's right.
research. Eric, yes. I will say this. I am confident on 3 out of 4 of those names that you just put up. Being Caleb Cunningham, Caleb Edwards, and AK Deer. I'm very confident about those 3. Justin Hill, I think, is definitely a possibility. And I don't know. There's a lot of big schools in the mix there. We'll see what happens. Guys, we got a Sooner fan in here, which is awesome.
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah,
Boomer Sooner.
I don't know that I'm making it to Norman this year.
I'm not going to. I won't be in Norman.
Screw that place.
Yeah, but I tell you
Tyler
what,
Watts ruined that place for me.
when Alabama comes to town, you'll be our eyes on the ground. So stick around. I did not mean to rhyme that much, but I did.
Man, y'all watch, man.
Sorry, guys.
I'd be spitting in rhymes.
If I go to Norman, I'm getting drunk and still in the wagon.
So another name to keep an eye out for in terms of commitment this week.
Y'all remember when they crashed that wagon before the game a few years ago?
That was great.
Rode that thing out and crashed it.
I do remember.
Hey, I was at the Orange Bowl in 2018, and that wagon came out of the tunnel, and it was on 2 wheels, like 10 rows in front of me.
Yeah.
I thought, uh-oh.
Bill remembers covered wagons when he moved to Alabama from.
All right, that's different. Different story.
Bill went from the other side of the.
That's show 1923. That's Bill's journey to Montgomery.
Bill was on the Oregon Trail.
Keith Holcomb.
We're happy to have you. Wait, is that the Keith Holcomb?
I know a Keith Holcomb.
Is that Keith Holcomb, the baseball player or the linebacker?
Which one? Tell us now.
We'll take either one.
Either one.
Keemy, I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm going to just assume it's Bill.
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
Okay. Bill's a senior.
I don't know what he's talking about.
He's like,
I'm sundowning.
We're just messing with you, Keith. Thanks for joining, man.
Keith says he's not either.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I do still think there's some surprises left in this class. I think there's one big one still. I haven't backed off on that. For those of you who want to know who I'm talking about, go back a couple of shows, go over to YouTube, and you'll.
So you really gonna make them go back and watch it?
Yes, I am. We need the views. Sorry.
Go back and dig through 15 hours of footage and find out who a big prediction is.
It's pretty obvious because I think his picture's on the thumbnail, so it's cool. So you guys want to be heard?
Original OG.
Like, share. We're almost we're at 358, and we're shooting for 1.5K, which is out of this world, but we'll settle for 500.
Yeah.
So you guys be sure you're sharing, liking, subscribing. We'll stick around for a little bit with you.
Did I ever tell y'all that I think I know who the bag man from Auburn was?
Who was it?
Well, I'm not going to say names, but I have a pretty good idea.
Sure, don't
If you're not going to say
a name, don't even bring it up.
Yeah,
Well,
that just makes you sound like you're just bullshitting.
I can't say the name because of
Derek Meadows a whoop.
pastoral privilege. Let me put it that way.
Oh, well, then don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
But I know this. So we were talking about when you said 30 minutes ago, we were talking about bags, throwing bags at people. Oregon's throwing bags at people. Auburn's throwing bags at people. This guy told me, he said he was an Auburn guy, former player and significant booster. And he told me, he said, how do you think we got Cadillac and Ronnie in the same recruiting class? Derek Meadows. He said, I said,
I'm going to answer your question in a second, Lisa. Just let Bill
Lisa,
finish.
you're smart. And I said, I just sat there and listened. You know, so you tell me, Mr. Storyteller. And he said, it was suitcases. I said, well, what was in a suitcase? Now, this is 25 years ago. He said, we had about $250,000 in a suitcase. And I said, well, how many suitcases did it take? He said, we used 5 to get Ronnie and Cadillac.
Child's play.
I said, okay. He said, we had 7 in the car. And he said,
What do they have to show for it? Jack squat.
They went undefeated and got left out of the BCS. That's what they got.
That's crazy.
But I'm pretty sure I know the bag man. Good guy. Love him. See you later.
I mean, if
Hey,
it only
Chris.
cost him 5 bags, that's really not much anything. We paid way more for less.
Yeah.
We paid more for Albert Means, and he never. What did he play? One handful of plays.
Yeah.
Put us on probation for 5 years. Cut us 20 scholarships. We didn't get. At least Cadillac and Ronnie produced on the field for the money.
Yeah. We didn't get diddly
We got
squat.
diddly squat for our investment
Chris.
there.
Does anybody,
okay,
anybody
Chris?
know what this comment means?
I guess he's talking about me.
Oh, he's the rock lobster.
That's it.
I want to
Hey,
answer Lisa's comment.
you know
really
what?
quick.
At least I got to spend a day on a damn boat.
He's
I
so
did
proud
too.
of that.
He was on a
I'm
boat,
on a
yo.
boat, and it's going fast.
Yeah, we was in that water where if something goes wrong, there's no coming back.
Let's answer
The
Lisa's
Nina-
question really quick.
It's me in that damn water.
Okay. Everybody went fishing on boats. We get it. Back to football. Lisa, I'm going to answer your question. Thank you for being patient. These other rude gentlemen.
Hey, I said we whooped Derek Meadows.
Should we?
We
I
did.
said we weren't going to do an official whoop.
Did
I
we?
thought we
didn't do
officially
it?
whooped
We
him
already
a
did
couple
it.
weeks
We already
ago.
did it.
We
already did it.
Yeah.
did.
I thought we got
did.
hammered drunk and whooped him a couple weeks ago. Wait,
We have Derek
did I
Meadows
say that out loud?
to the University of Alabama. Now, I will say Notre Dame is not going to go down without a fight. He is originally committed there. But I do think that Alabama's wide receiver class is about to be bonkers.
Yeah.
We've got him.
And
Cotton,
Cotton, what's the most important reason why these receivers want to come all of a sudden? to Alabama?
because of Keelan Russell is why.
Bang.
Because of the Elite 11 MVP
Yep.
is why they want to play with this kid. So we have him. Yeah. We have him whooped as well as Caleb Lockett and Caleb Cunningham, of course. So
Yep.
does that answer your question? I hope it does.
And I'll say this.
I do think Bama's going to get in before it's over.
Yeah.
with.
We've
There
exactly
goes
right.
Lockett.
Best
Yeah.
wide receiver coach in the country. We've got a wide receiver room that's fixing to be lit. We've got a running back room that is stacked. And don't be surprised at and what I was mentioning earlier, the hybrid D-line linebacker earlier, that's fixing to be stacked like cash.
You need to put that graphic
I'm working on it. Stop it.
on here.
Oh, I deleted it.
Did you
That's
really?
a tie.
I did.
Man, that's
I
the
had
best graphic we had.
I had to, man. I had to
Why?
delete some stuff and make space because you can only have a certain amount of things.
Well, you need to get rid
Well-
of all big stuff.
Roll Tide.
Look,
Jason.
you love me.
Absolutely.
Who else? Who else you guys been talking
Jason.
about?
Roll Tide, roll
You guys have a recruiting line you want to talk about? Let us know. But while we're in a little bit of a lull, I will say we're not going to be doing our normal Thursday show this week because
No, we're not.
it's obviously 4th of July. But we'll probably pop in for a couple of pop-ups before then, at least one maybe. And then we'll be back. Knowing me and Chris will get bored Friday night and pop in here too. So, but the following
Folks,
week,
you need to celebrate the fact that you are not a British colonist. Don't
Oh, yeah,
forget that.
get rowdy with it.
Because if you were a British colonist, you wouldn't have fluoride in your drinking water.
Yeah,
No,
That's
and you'd
true.
be sipping tea.
that's true. And we'd be doing a show about cricket right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
In
the following
today's
week-
and eating crumpets.
what the frick is a crumpet?
I don't know. But the following week, we'll return that Wednesday after the 4th of July for a new episode of everybody's favorite nighttime entertainment, After Dark.
After
So
dark.
you're not going to want to miss that one. And then that following Thursday, of course, we'll follow up with our real show. If you guys don't know what After Dark is, it is a completely unhinged show where we say whatever we want to, basically.
Whatever we want.
Those deep internal thoughts that you usually can't say out loud, we do. Hopefully Chris's sunburn's healed up by then because I'm in physical pain.
I'll wear a mask.
Good. You should.
A Zorro mask or a Fauci mask?
Come on, man.
Both.
Leave politics somewhere else.
Fauci.
Fauci.
Look, oh man, we got friends in the comments. I love this, man.
Yeah, they making buddies.
Lisa
Lisa
Byron
knows her stuff.
100% Gump certified too.
Are
I
they?
hope so. They're like having a full-on conversation in the comments.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
Jason says, in his opinion, Jalen Milroe will win the Heisman Trophy this year. I think that Jason's onto something. That we do have
I'm a Jalen Milroe fan myself, but this Miro guy might be pretty good. Wherever
I'm
he
not
plays.
sure about him.
Is he related to a certain Roman emperor? Just change.
Is he the son of Mark Miro, the old wrestler?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I go back to what I said the other night. Rodney Orr said this 2.5 years ago that Jalen Milroe inside the building was compared to a 18-year-old Lamar Jackson.
You did say
And
that.
Who's the fastest guy on the team?
Jalen Milroe.
Jalen Milroe.
I want to say something to this. Go ahead. I thought you were done, Bill.
I was just going to say, and as Chris said the other night, who's been working the most in this offseason to improve everything about his game? Jalen Milroe.
Hopefully, Caden Proctor. But
Well,
sorry. I want to say something about this comment. Aaron Hodges follows me, and I follow him back. I just name drop. But he commented on this on Coach Shepard and his prowess in putting wide receivers in the draft, producing wide receiver talent. And he went hard at some folks that were arguing about it. And he let them know what's up, man. Shepard's put a guy in the first, second, third round last year, I think, from Washington. So our wide receivers are in good hands. And that is definitely another big reason why wide receivers want to come play at Alabama. Coach Shepard, if you haven't watched this guy, man, just watch him do anything. And it's motivating. You'll want to run through a brick wall.
Oh.
He is he's another Nick Saban. I mean, really, I really do. Just a little bit more personable. So,
and don't forget what Shepard was doing at Purdue and Western Kentucky and small places like that. He was putting talent on the field that everybody looked at. This isn't new to Coach Shepard. This is a pattern of Coach Shepard.
I actually have been thinking about this, Eric. I do too. I do think they're going to make another run at Nathaniel Marshall, defensive lineman. He's committed to Michigan right now, or he's crystal balled to Michigan. He may not be verbally actually committed, but we'll see what happens, man. A lot of things could change between now and then. And we got a lot of comment engagement. Any word on Ty Jackson? No word on Ty Jackson. Ty, last I looked, he was predicted. I can't remember. Nowhere. Yeah, he's not predicted anywhere. I think he's in a 3-way fight, maybe a 4-way fight with Alabama, Florida, Georgia, and Florida State. No one knows who's leading. I will say he's from Lockahachie, Florida, or something like that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he stays in state. There's not a lot of smoke around him right now, but everybody's kind of focused on the same guys: the Caleb Cunninghams, the Khalid Lockett's, AK Deer, those guys. So, Ty Haywood. We'll see what happens. Let's just put it that way. We're not dropping an official whoop on any of those guys. For those of you who don't know, whoops are our Way Offsides official predictions. They're kind of our crystal ball. We do miss them sometimes. We missed our first one the other night, but that's okay. What are you going to do? Things happen.
Yeah.
So,
And we are not
Josiah
full on
Sharman,
Ty
for
Jackson. We just aren't secure on Ty Jackson.
That's
When's
right.
the Haywood official?
Hey, we just hit
announcement?
400 live viewers, guys.
As he said,
He
Roll
hasn't
it.
said when it's actually coming, but I would imagine once some of these get going in the next few days, because I think we've got like 3 or 4 guys that are big Bama targets committing this week. Once those get going, it's not going to be long before some of these other guys kind of follow suit. And I'm telling you, there's one that I really do still think Alabama's going to land in. His name rhymes with Mustus Harry. That's all I'm going to say. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But, okay. He said if we get all look, Zachary, I don't know why I'm just reading it instead of putting it up on the damn screen, but if we get all 3 5-star wide receivers and Justice Terry, I'll get a a tattoo of Link. How about you get a tattoo of Whoop because you heard it here? That was
There you go.
We'll pay for it. We won't pay for that. We can't do that. So sorry. Miller and Jim Miller.
I tell you what, Michael will give you the tattoo.
Yes. Justice Haynes is going to be a big reason why Jim Miller goes off this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my opinion. And Parker Brailsford, because we won't have every play delayed a second and a half.
For a bad snap.
For Milrow to gather the snap.
Hey, look, our last official way offsides episode, we talked about the running backs in the SEC, who was going to be top. And we had Alabama at number 1, and we did that unbiased because of guys like Jam Miller, of course, Justice Haynes, Richard Young. Alabama's going to have a
three-headed monster is going to go off.
Be nasty. So, all right, Zachary, we're going to hold you to that. He said he'll totally do it. We'll bring you down here to Florida, and I'll do it for you in this garage.
Thanks, sure.
You're going to sweat. I've done tattoos. I can do them. I do them legally. I'm licensed.
Don't ask him how.
Enter at your own risk.
All right, so forget what I just had a senior moment.
Is it him or Meadows that there's some, which first of all, welcome to the show, Adam.
He's the tight end, right? Caleb Edwards, that's the tight end, right?
Yeah, he's the 4-star tight end.
Okay.
California, I think. But there's some talk about 2 guys recruiting at the same time, and I think it's either him with Caleb Cunningham or it's oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Derek Meadows, one of the 2. So I think that's 2 right there that we're probably going to get. So because wherever one of them goes, the other one's going to go. And I'll go and tell you, Caleb Cunningham is locked in with Bama. There's he's not even trying to hide it anymore. If you follow him on social media, I posted something today. He posted a picture of Alabama catering the athletes and just this looks really good. Little things like that. Unless he's just, messing with us. I mean, he's locked in, bro. So,
by the way, tomorrow, 2 weeks from tomorrow, is SEC Media Days in the Omni in Dallas, and that means in a so in about 2. What that means is, in about 2.5 weeks, we're gonna see practice. 3
practice. Sorry,
we'll start getting footage from practice. 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, but no.
Yeah.
When does that start, Bill? In the end of July?
It starts the end of July. Let me tell you. All right, tell you when August 1st is. August 1st is on a Thursday, so probably July 28th, 29th, we'll start practice. I don't have that date secure, but it's usually that area of the calendar, roughly a month before the first game. First game's the 31st of August. So we are very close, gentlemen, to seeing toe meet leather, hat meet hat, and real action. We're not talking about theoretical action. We're not talking about spring training. We're talking about
football,
the season.
Football, which, by the way, tomorrow, another milestone. It's official tomorrow. Texas and Oklahoma will be official members of the Southeastern Conference starting tomorrow.
You are truthful. That's
which
right.
is wild
right
to
there.
think about. Hey, there are
they're having
400
big parties.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on. Take a seat for a second. Relax. We'll get there. Sorry.
All
There's
right.
416 people in here.
Roll down.
Every one of you. Subscribe. Tell them what to do, Jeff.
Yes, subscribe, share, send the link to the first 10 numbers in your phone and have them send it to their first 10 numbers in their phone.
Yeah. We're going to pyramid scheme this thing. Let's make it happen.
We are. Hey, I want to go to this comment that Kimi Johnson posted here about the scarier unit. This is a great question. And here's my answer to that. This is a great question.
Ooh, that is a good question.
Okay. So think about this. These guys are going to be going head to head in practice every day, every single day.
That's right.
So that's going to be the real matchups, is watching these guys go at each other in practice, because they've gone at each other in high school. They've gone at each other in all-star games, in camps. all of these guys know each other. They've gone back years. They've been playing and camping against each other. If I could sit and watch scrimmages between that DB group and that wide receiver group, I think that right there would be great TV. Because
Absolutely.
those guys that's going to be some of the best competition they face all season. As a whole, I mean, that's why the wide receivers and DBs have been so good the last several years, because they've had to play each other. They've had to go against each other. And I think this group down here on both sides of the ball, I love Mbakwe, man. I'm so pumped about that dude.
I do too. I'm excited.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm excited about him. And Zay
You guys
Mincy.
left my dude Red Morgan out of that equation, but we'll see.
Red Morgan's going to show up. He's going to show up.
I want to hit on this one. Joey, welcome to the show, man. Listen, I think Alabama's got a very, very good shot to land Cunningham, Lockett,
You're right.
And Meadows, man. I do. I think there's a potential that they'll land those guys as well as Edwards, the tight end. So just be patient and let it play out how it's going to play out. But I don't.
Debo's gonna have so many weapons to plug in this offense that he's never had before. Now he's the NAIA stuff. He probably had elite talent on that level, but he's never had the speed and talent that he's going to have to plug into these positions in his scheme that he's never had like this. He maybe has had one or maybe two. Romeo Dunze and Penix, obviously first round draft picks in the NFL. Yeah. But he's never had 4 receivers like that in a room, or 5 with two quarterbacks, like that. I mean, with Milroe,
right?
Keelan Russell coming in. Of course, Milroe will be gone by then. But you know what I'm saying? Like he's not going to have 1 receiver. He's going to have 5.
Well, there's another guy that Zachary just brought up that is kind of with all the recruiting talk, we're kind of forgetting about. Latavier Brooks. I don't know if you guys saw this one-handed catch.
Yeah.
80-inch vertical.
It's insanely underrated. Zachary's spot on. Jason, yes, we have thoughts on this, but we're actually going to put together an actual coherent show around that topic. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. Sorry, not you, Jason. I'll answer your question in a minute. Keith, great question. We're going to put together some coherent thoughts around the new rules of college football that kind of came out today, and talk about them till we're blue in the face on our next show, which will be our next actual show, which won't be this coming up Thursday, but a week from this Thursday. So we're giving ourselves a little bit of time to enjoy the holiday and then discuss things.
Hopefully none of us will come back with any appendages missing.
Yes.
From an accident, but
yes, Jason. Yeah, we all know who did that. But hopefully Chris stays out of the damn sun.
Man, come on.
I just feel bad for you, man. I don't see how you're not doubled over right now.
It's okay. I mean, it's just a little bit on my face and neck and arms.
Dude, I look paler because of the camera. I'm actually a little bit darker than I look, but man,
No, you're not.
I know you've got lights going too, so
he's got lights and still looks like he just came out of the skillet.
Oh yeah, man. This in a few days I'll be 10, and you'll be like, "Is that Tua?"
Tua.
Is that?
Oh golly!
I love the nervous laugh. Everybody like, I don't know. That's close to being racist. So be careful, man.
That's dope.
Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight.
Awkward, uncomfortable.
Honestly, though, I am kind of I'm about ready. Somebody else keep an eye on. We're going to start moving over into the 2026 stuff really soon. This guy here, Faison Brandon.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is actually committing. He's a 2026 recruit, but he's committing on August 3rd. Coming up, you're going to want to keep a big eye on him. He is trending Bama right now, big time. So,
he might commit to us, but he might flip 11 times in the next 3 years before.
I know.
Dude, these guys that commit this early just want some hype.
It's so hard to get excited about recruiting.
Yeah, these verbals are worth not as much as the paper they're written on.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Sorry, I'm wiping sweat. I'm like,
same thing with even when we sign them. Fast forward 1 year, they all leave. They all just take off.
Yeah, it makes
Where
it does
They
make
enter
it,
the portal just so they can
Yeah.
get re-recruited, and then decide that they're going to stay or they want to go fly around and get re-recruited, and then even if
man,
they have no intentions of leaving.
it kind of takes the excitement out of signing day that used to be
Yeah.
there. I remember, man, I used to be at work and I'd have ESPN on watching all the updates. Of
Oh,
signing
yeah.
day.
Man,
It's-
remember when Julio Jones signed? Like,
Yeah,
I was glued to the TV.
Me too,
And
man.
we were way more excited than he was. If you remember that,
Yeah,
like-
I do remember that.
he put on the Bama hat and just sat there. And
You know,
everybody's going nuts, and he's just like, "Can we go practice now? I'm
Yeah.
tired."
That was when the fax machine was still relevant.
Oh, fax girl, you mean? Fax cam girl?
Both.
The legend that she was?
Yeah, nobody uses a fax machine anymore.
I know,
Uh,
right?
Yeah,
No,
nobody
we don't.
used a fax machine then. It was more for the novelty of it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you knew something was happening.
Hey, whatever happened to the Houndstooth twins that used to sit on the front row?
They graduated.
They graduated,
ago.
and now they're like
Probably
48.
People do that. in college.
adults and have jobs and kids and
Yeah.
families now.
I mean, you know,
They need to come back to Bama and cheer.
Whatever happened to those cheerleaders from the 08 team? Whatever happened to them?
Yeah.
20.
what about the
Probably in their mid
majorettes?
40s now.
What about the majorettes from 1968?
Yeah. Why aren't they wearing those tassel boots anymore? Come
Not
on.
twirling anymore. I'll tell you that much.
Whatever happened to those tassel boots? Come on.
Hey, I really want to say
got
thank you
a
to
fever.
everybody.
The only thing you need is more tassel boots.
No, we don't. Those things are really expensive, man. My daughter has tried out twice for majorettes at Alabama, and woo, it's pricey. But
Yeah.
Let me throw one last comment on y'all.
so they're busy throwing out hips.
I got this ice white helmet sitting on the corner of my desk here.
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
What are your thoughts on us bringing that back for a couple of games?
Do it, man. Do it.
I love
to
it.
hell, to hell
Yeah.
with the freaking lame traditionalist on Twitter. Bring
Yeah.
it back, man. Bring it back. I do
Ray
that
Perkins brought it
purposely
back.
to piss off one person on Twitter, and he comments every time I post it. I love you, Robbie, but you know it. You know I do it just to irritate you.
Ray Perkins used them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome,
He
man.
brought.
Did
and-
Bill
and
Curry
we
ever
weren't on
use
TV. I don't think Coach Curry did.
Ooh,
But,
that's news
you know-
to me, Justin.
What helmets was he wearing when they were undefeated and went in and lost to Auburn by 10? Were those red helmets or white?
Red helmets. It was
Oh,
at
okay.
Auburn, 1989.
I say bring him on. Look,
Gotcha.
I have a conspiracy.
Legend.
That this whole cold summer thing, that's what it's about. That's going to be the culmination of it, is white helmets.
Yep.
And people are going to be
I don't mind the
so
white
freaking-
helmets. I don't really like the numbers on the helmet, but I've never have. And I get almost disowned from my family for saying that.
Do we want a script A on the side?
I would rather have like this A right
or
here.
how about that A, the script A?
Right there. This A right
Yeah.
here, maybe.
That's that
Yeah.
A.
Not the whole circle, but just like the A. Like a white
oh,
A
it
on the
look-
red helmet.
You know what
It
they
looks
should do on the
amazing.
side,
I
since,
think I'd like to see a gray uniform with a gray helmet.
No, stop.
ooh,
Hush, Bill.
that's never going to happen.
Like
but-
color rush, like the
No,
NFL does those color rush uniforms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I designed a helmet and a jersey. I don't think Jeff's seen it.
I did too. I did one, and I got
Yeah.
drilled.
Oh, they
You
they
look like
drag
the
you
coffee
before
mug
they-
you showed me today.
The Jedi penises.
He said it. He said it.
Your
Oh,
shorts is
boy.
bigger than mine.
May the Schwartz be with you.
I don't know if I feel. I mean, if it was like I wouldn't want it in like a regular rotation, but if it was like a color ruch type thing,
Yeah, just
a prime time game, I think that'd be cool.
I mean, yeah.
I'd rather them get rid of the numbers on the helmets before they do
All
anything.
whites versus Oklahoma. I mean, helmet, pants, shirt versus Oklahoma at Oklahoma. It looked lit. Put the white script A on the side. Put the number on the back. That would look amazing.
I think
You know,
Bama's white uniforms are second to none anyway. White uni on white
Yeah.
pants.
How do they
It's beautiful.
Explain that. I
All
wanna know how
tied
they-
T.
Do you limit the amount of people who can enter the portal? Because I don't think that works.
No, what they're shrinking is the
claim
time
that.
frame on the portal.
Oh, okay.
I sent y'all an article earlier. The
I don't know why I
portal
went
time
to
win.
numbers.
the time window is doing this.
Yeah, it's going
And
from 45 to 30 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it should have. And
Make it 15 days, man.
yeah, and I'm
It
looking
needs
at
to move off the bowl season. They need to close
Yep.
the window when teams
It needs
getting
to
ready
be-
for bowl games.
Yeah.
and playoffs.
after the one time per year.
They can't kill bowl games, man. They're just
Yeah,
like
it needs to be one time per year at the end of the
Yep.
bowl games, and that's
elephant
it.
should be on the helmet.
Depends on the elephant.
No. All right,
You know,
Bill,
be on the
Bill's
helmet.
like, no.
Now that they can
No.
sell uniform space and field space.
No.
They should put our
No,
logo
you know
y'all
what's
go
good?
on.
You know what
Well,
look cool on the
classic-
side of the helmet? How about
Means
this
that-
elephant logo right here?
that would look amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was
Thank you
saying.
for
Put
that.
the Whale Size logo on there, baby. Let's
I-
make a prediction tonight,
I
guys.
mean,
Thank you
that
for that.
side profile, the elephant right there is badass. Like that would look good on the side of a helmet.
Who wins the Bama Georgia game? Bama.
Eric,
Come on,
let's
dude.
wait on that.
Come on the show and
That's
say
all
we're going to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd never say that.
I don't
I
care who we're
will.
playing. I'm always going to pick Bama to win.
I used to do it on the podcast all the time. I picked against Bama a couple of times last year, and I was
Yeah.
right every time except for Michigan. I called Michigan to beat Bama.
And Michael is is the same guy. Second play of the first game, he's going Fansville and throwing chips all over the room.
Guys, I forgot to put our names up. I'm so sorry. I'm such a
What-
bad.
But
I wish I could
That's
say
what
I was
If
any
they
different,
don't-
but
if they don't know our names by now, then
Well, we got new
Then-
people, man. A
yeah,
lot of new folks
Uh,
tonight. 424 people, 25 watching. Hey, y'all. Welcome.
hey y'all.
minimum wage,
What's up?
$4.25.
Y'all want something to eat?
Y'all remember when that was minimum wage, Bill? I know you do.
I remember when it was $3.25, and I got a nickel raise.
I'm gonna give me Bama. This is way ahead because we're not doing Bama scheduled predictions for a while. But give me
Yeah,
give me
we're not.
Bama by 7 at home against Georgia. Script
Yeah.
day on the helmet.
Ooh.
What's up, Rick and Bonnie, how y'all doing?
Hey Rick,
I like
Bonnie,
that.
Rick,
Hey,
and
Rick,
Bonnie,
hey,
Rick and Bonnie.
and we agree.
Yes, he's going to be in New York, Eric. I don't know if Milrose is going to win it, but he will be in New York.
Yeah, he's gonna put up some insane numbers.
He's
Yeah,
going to put
he'll
up
be there.
ridiculous numbers.
Eric, what you have to understand about the Heisman now is it's not about the best player in college football. It's about who the media thinks is the most sexy choice.
Yeah.
And the media is going to get behind somebody around they'll do it in week 1, but they'll get behind a legitimate candidate around week 6 or 7, and they'll push the hell out of that candidate until, they were doing it with Jordan Travis last year. And then
They did it with that guy from USC a couple of years ago.
Jaden Daniels won it, and they lost 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That quarterback from
Go ahead.
that quarterback from USC got the Heisman because of what's on his helmet, not because of what he was doing on the field.
Well, Kimi,
Hey,
feel free
Kimi.
to let us know what
Kimi.
we're doing well, what we're doing
Love
wrong.
you, Kimi.
Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you're subbing to everything, man. YouTube, Way Offsides, 4A's. Share us all
4A's.
over the place.
Yep.
Why
No,
they're 4A's?
absolutely not. Jalen
Carson
Hill will
back.
not be back for the season this year. You can go ahead and
So he's
probably-
out for the year, right?
Yeah, you won't see Jalen
Most
Hill.
likely.
I don't know if you'll see him next spring, to be honest. So I would plan on seeing him in 2020.
Was it a knee? Was it a
yeah,
knee injury?
yeah, but
It
I
was
think
a
it
lot
was
of-
really-
A lot of knee.
yeah, I think it was everything in the
Bad. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the Dylan
poor guy.
Moses.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're pushing this now. They're pushing him. They're pushing Shador Sanders. They're gonna do that, man. That's what they do. They're gonna push Travis Hunter.
Absolutely.
When Colorado comes out and beats North Dakota State, and those are gonna be your Heisman front runners. They did it last year when Notre Dame beat Navy in Ireland. They did it with Sam Hartman, and then we all saw what happened with Notre Dame. So just don't buy into
Again.
it. The award has lost a lot of its credibility.
Yeah. Which tells you
and
that
sucks
the
because-
I mean, it's a
the
quarterback award, really. I mean, even though Bama's won 3 non-QBs.
it also tells you that those hyping the award have lost credibility because they have no sense of understanding the game. There's media persons in Georgia that like to get on that train that got on the Notre Dame, blah, blah, blah. And all they're talking about is the last thing they saw on TV. They're not talking about
Recency
overall body
bias.
of work. There it is, recency
Because most of them don't even turn their vote in until the week before, or a couple days before. They're like, "Ah, crap, here," and then just or they have their
So
PR guy
you'll-
do it, or they have their sports SID person do it, or whatever.
You'll see
No,
these
Nick
media
Kelly
guys.
vote, or he used to.
Say again.
Nick Kelly, doesn't he have a Heisman vote, or he used to?
He had one. I think he's still an AP voter.
Yeah, I know he's an AP voter. I just was asking about his
Yeah,
vote.
I think he said he gave up one of them. I can't. Hey, we'll get him. We're going to get him in a couple of weeks. We'll talk to him.
Yeah, he'll be back next month on the 11th, right, Bill?
He said the 11th works best for him. So
Okay.
we should have Nick Kelly from Tuscaloosa News with us on July the 11th.
Shout out to Nick.
That's right.
No clue
I
why
think- I
he
think-
agreed
I
to
think
come on our show, but
Nick-
God love him for doing
I
it.
believe Nick
People
just
love
won
it. I don't know what we're
a
doing.
few. I believe he just won a few journalism awards too.
He did.
Nick-
He did.
Nick did.
I shot him a big congrats because I mean, he's helping us out, so we can scratch his back too. I'm happy to do
Nick's
it.
a great guy, and if you're not reading Nick's posts online, you're cheating yourself. He gets good info, he gets good sourcing, and he's a super guy. So follow
All right,
us on
guys.
all the.
Go ahead. I think we've been at it long enough. We've
Four
shared
A's,
some
folks. Four
pretty
A's.
interesting information. I do want to encourage everybody. Again, there's 423 of you. When I check YouTube in about 30 minutes, I
Man.
hope to have 400.
Thank y'all. Thank you,
More
400 people for.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
awesome, man. There's 430 now, or 429, but yeah, there it is, 430.
Man, thank y'all
Thank
so
you.
much. I
Seriously,
don't know why you do, but thank you for
Yeah.
even if you just clicked on us or scrolled past us.
Yeah,
that's it.
appreciate it.
Thank you
Look,
for even.
We do want to make
Stop
sure
and
we're
speak.
bringing you solid content. Look, we're human beings. Sometimes we're going to make mistakes. We're going to say the wrong name, the wrong position. Correct us in the comments. Let us know. You know. That
Yeah.
Thank
we're
you,
not
Rick and
above-
Bonnie,
Yeah.
new subscriber.
There
Oh,
we
really?
go.
All right.
Rick and
Thank you.
Bonnie, Rick and Bonnie, Rick and Bonnie.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Eric,
Appreciate y'all.
deuces.
Thank you, Eric.
I just
Thank
want
you.
to say
Appreciate you, Eric.
we
Keith,
really
Chris.
appreciate you all. If you have
Everybody.
constructive criticism or any kind of criticism, feel free to let us know.
Definitely.
Yeah, shoot Chris an email. Chris, will you mind telling everybody where to find us?
Yeah, you can find us all on Twitter at Way Offsides Jeff, Way Offsides Cotton, Way Offsides Bill, Way Offsides Chris. There's our names right there. We're also on TikTok, Way Offsides Chris, Way Offsides Cotton. We're on Facebook, Instagram. You can find us on all major streaming platforms for audio podcasts. And also, if you want to email us, you can email us at wayoffsides@gmail.com. That's way with 4 A's.
That's right.
And
Thanks
me
everybody in the
address-
chat too for
Yeah,
hanging out in the chat, for participating in the chat. That's what really makes the show
Definitely.
fun and
Yeah, we
helps
love
drive
it.
a lot of the discussion
Steve.
is you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate everybody in the chat.
No doubt.
Thanks,
And
Eric.
if you've got a topic of significant interest that needs some research and some data, let
Love
us
you
know.
too,
We'll
Lisa.
dig into it.
Thanks, Lisa. Everybody follow Lisa
Thank
on
you,
X.
Lisa.
yes. Go
Yep.
follow Lisa. Lisa's got really good content.
Alabama. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Alabama.
yeah,
Nation.
Alabama Nation, it'll be up on YouTube.
Yep, 100%
Gump certified.
I'll also pin it to the top of my Twitter, so Way Offsides Cotton. You
Yep.
can check it out. Chris still talking about Georgia. Chris and Justin having a whole conversation about Georgia.
Yeah, it's just
I love it. Yeah, keep an eye out for some pop-up shows. We're not gonna do an official show again on Thursday. We want everybody to enjoy their 4th of July, have a safe holiday. We expect the colonies to be rowdy this week. You earned it, folks. You earned it. We could be on here talking about cricket and having tea and crumpets, but you know what? I got 1,776 problems, but freedom ain't one of them, baby. So let's go
Boom.
celebrate our country's independence this week.
there we go.
Don't give a piss
America.
about nothing but the tide. Let's
Thank
go.
you, Kimi.
All right, thank you guys. All right,
Amy,
until next
thank you.
time, as always, say your prayers, wash your hands, read your Bibles, roll time.
Blitz, Bama, Blitz.
Rolleth.
Deuces, y'all.
Got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better. I'm together with my Dixie.